least that's what she told me. Okay. So I have 12 stitches. So we gotta remember we have 12 stitches. We're not done crocheting. We're not done yet. We just need to stuff it. Stuff it kind of firm. Peanut butter fudge, yes. Now I now I want fudge. I was supposed to make cookies this past week, but that never happened. He bought me fudge and then it disappeared. I thought the kids ate it, but nope. Ship confessed on my stream. There's a clip. You ate my fudge. Oh. Yeah, no, you don't. You don't do that. You don't eat. You don't eat fudge. Can I share the clip? Yeah, yeah. Links are open. Okay, I was gonna say something, but I stopped myself. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this real quick. Oh, I will play it here on the stream. All right, let's play this. Come on.
It was you? You gave it? It was you?
Oh, oops. Now I gotta get out of full screen. Yes, don't fudge. It was playing weird? Yeah, I mean, it sounded like you were high pitched. Is that how it's supposed to? Did I have it on, like... I know why.
You did?
I know why. It sounded like, it sounded like that redeem you have where you have the chipmunk voice. Where is the, I had it on 2 times the speed because I was looking at something. That's even funnier now. All right, here we go. Why isn't it playing? Why isn't it playing? Did I mute it? Wait. Wait a minute. Why?
You gave
There.
it? Was you?
I like that, but I like the speeded up version a little better. uh, all right. Where was I? Oh, we're making this blue thing. Um, yes, don't mess with the fudge. So we have 12 stitches. We have 12 stitches around. We're now going to do another a row of decreases, and we're going to go from 12 to 6. Again, multiples of 6, because you're decreasing evenly around. That's why you're doing these multiples. Same thing with the increasing. You're taking Riley out? Okay, I can hold off because I know you're doing an Amy, and you're probably going to need to see how that's done. While Supreme is doing that, we can go and take a look at Discord. I know there's a lot of stuff over there. Oh, quite a few. Here we go. This is from What a Yarnaholic. What a Yarnaholic has been making these flower headphone, I think they're called sprouts. They did a rose, they did a calla lily, and they have a sunflower. I like the sunflower a lot. Sunflowers are very cheerful and happy. So they look like this. Hey there, Bubbly Faye, welcome in. They look like this, and then you could take this and loop it around, so it'll loop around your headset. You need that? Yeah. Yeah. If I don't know the pattern. We'll have to get in contact with What a Yarnaholic. I don't know if they're here right now, but I don't know if it's their own pattern. So this is another one they did. They did a rose one. So there's a rose, and then Scrolling up, they did a calla lily, and that was a while ago that they posted it. So I gotta go back. This is when I was doing the lesson. Oh, here we go. There's the calla lily. So I don't know if these are all from the same source, because they all look very similar, especially the part that gets wrapped around um, the headset. You saw that one? Uh, Not the one with flowers. Gotcha. Realized something scary. I just noticed as I spent 7 days increasing my planking time by 30 seconds a day. If I'm to continue that, my last day will have to be a 15-minute plank. Not sure I want to do that. Ooh. Hopefully you can do that. Maybe you can build up muscles and stamina and everything. Um, um, to do a 15-minute plank. I asked them once, and they said someone gifted them bookmark pattern. Oh, okay. So these must be bookmark patterns that they have converted, which it wouldn't be that difficult to do, actually. I mean, doing the flower part, you would probably need a pattern, but the rest of it just looks like a chain. You skip X amount of chains, and then just do singles for the strap part. It's the flower part, which you can easily find different flower patterns online. I've made, yes, like curtain tiebacks, yes. I've made a lot of small little flower, little applique pieces. Still shocked I went from struggling with 30 seconds to doing them 2 minutes. Yes, Retro Gamer. Yeah, you keep at it, and you'll get there. You will definitely get there. This right here is Supreme's practicing with crochet. The other week when I was teaching Ship, she was also practicing and learning along with him. And now Supreme is attempting to do a amigurumi. So, a sneaky little behind the scenes student that I didn't know I had. But all are welcome. You don't have to make yourself known if you don't want to. But doing really good stitches here, really good double crochets. So, congratulations. This is from Witchy Weaver. Witchy Weaver, I saw her work on this the other day. Freehand rough sketch of the Crystal Ball album from Styx. I think it's from the band Styx. I intend on making a diamond painting. So this is the original artwork. This is the original album art. And this is her sketch. And this looks really, really good. So she's going to sketch it. And then this is on canvas. I was watching her do this. And she's going to take the drills from diamond painting and apply it to all of this. So it will be sparkly. It will eventually be all blinged out. So that's some Witchy Weaver. This is from Private Zik. Meet the Triceratops Donut Bunny from Rachel Zane. Crochet Donut Bunnies 50 amigurumis. So look at that. That's definitely a Triceratops. That is so much a Triceratops. Fun little fact, when I was a kid and you learned about dinosaurs, Triceratops was my favorite. Very cute. I would eat a Triceratops donut. I don't know what it would taste like. It would probably be stale, since dinosaurs have been extinct for millions of years. I'd still eat it. So that is from Private Zik. I like the little embroidery with the little sprinkles and the cute little eyes. Fairy Dust is doing another mosaic crochet blanket. This is going to be a leopard. He is knocking. I'm sure I can make one. Not sure how long it would last. Yeah. He is like the pro at mosaic crochet. So this is going to be a leopard. It's going to look like a leopard when it is finished. So Fairy Dust is knocking this out of the park with with the mosaic. We did some mosaic the other week. What do we have here? This is from, unfortunately, Juliet, one half of the Catatonic Divas, and they make a lot of wearables, a lot of hoodies and scarves and hats, lots of contrasting, bright, vivid colors. So this is one of their latest. I don't know if this is going to have sleeves. I think this just might be a sleeveless hoodie, but they have pockets and I love the color play they do. They do a lot of contrasting. So check out that. This is from Hedda. Hedda occasionally will be in my stream. I remember last year when she was brand new to my stream, she was asking about crochet, and she had never crocheted before. So I think she stuck around for a couple of my lessons last year, and then she found some books and some other resources online. And she's doing great. She's made a rose, so flower. It is spring, so I guess flowers are the thing. So it's the in thing. So we have a flower, and you can do this. You can crochet the flowers and then attach them to like a wooden dowel and wrap them in floral tape and pop them in a vase, and you don't have to worry about them wilting and dying. You've got an instant bouquet, and you can make all different types of flowers. So there are tons of patterns for these standalone flower pieces. And lastly, from Crafting Sam, this is Sam's stitch along of the aquarium piece. This is a mystery stitch along. Is it every month or every week? I think it's every month. I don't know. I've never done one, but ever so often, found a site. There's a ton of free. Yes, there's lots of free patterns. So every so often they'll get a clue, or every week, yeah, they'll get like a portion of the pattern, and this is gonna look like a treasure chest. This looks like a treasure chest to me. So it's kind of a mystery type thing. So very, very cool. All right. 2 weeks are breaks. 2 weeks are the breaks you can catch up. That makes sense. Because that does take some time, because they're small little stitches that they don't. Cross stitch doesn't usually work up too fast. I mean, it can, but usually it doesn't. Especially if you have to pay attention to certain colors in certain areas. So that is our Discord. Vintage's Vamp one is monthly. Gotcha. All right, so where we left off is we stuffed. We have 12 stitches. We need to decrease. So we're going to go from 12 to 6. Again, when we do a decrease or an increase, usually, not always, but often it's going to be multiples of 6, because that just works out better, and it looks a lot better, especially when we started here, that the first round has 6. It's cleaner. It just, with single crochet in the round, if you do multiples of 6, it looks a lot better. But there are patterns that don't do that. So we're going to go from 12 to 6. To do that, we only do decreases. So no regular stitches. We're decreasing in the first 2. I am going to mark my first stitch. Now, when I decrease, I need to learn how to do a yarn under, because when I do the decrease like this, my stitches don't look really good. I need to practice that. That's a me thing. So that was 1. And then we're going to do this a total of 6 times, because we have 12 stitches going down to 6. So, and each of these are using up 2 stitches. So math, 12 divided by 2 is 6. You didn't know you were going to get a math lesson. It's just basic arithmetic. There's no calculus or trigonometry. I wouldn't know how to do either one of those. I never did. I never got to those subjects. So when you get to this point, sometimes it's a little difficult to hold it. That you're holding it in your hand, and it can be a little weird and cumbersome. But you can do it. You just gotta take your time with it. This part, I still go slow. Alright, so now we have 6 stitches. I'm going to pull the loop big, and we can actually see here that there are 6 stitches. I'm not going to count them, but believe me, There are 6. Actually, I'll count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I stopped stitching for the night and picked up the mushroom. Ah, okay. Now, to finish this off, we're going to do something. I've heard it called a backwards or reverse magic ring. So we have 6 stitches. Remember when we first started, we did 6 stitches into a magic ring? We're going to do our 6 stitches. That's our 6 stitches. Now we're going to do a magic ring. So what I usually do is into the very next stitch, I'm going to slip stitch. I'm going to do a slip stitch. And then I'm going to do a chain. Actually, no, I'm not going to do, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do the slip stitch and a chain. We're just going to do a chain. I'm just going to do a chain. And I'm going to cut myself a long tail, maybe about that long. And then I'm going to pull, and this is how you do most crochet, regardless if it's amigurumi, to finish off. You're going to pull that through, and that will kind of lock it in, but we're not done yet. We're going to get our yarn needle, and we have 6 stitches. Remember, we have the 6 stitches. I'm going to thread our yarn needle, and we're going to go in round, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to start with our first stitch, go with our yarn needle, and go under the front loop only. Front loop only of each, and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? It's going to look weird. It's going to look like the end of like a pomegranate. It's going to kind of come up. But we go into those 6. Now, if we pull this, it's going to cinch it up like a drawstring. And pay attention to all of those stitches there. So when we pull it, it's cinched up. I need to reform it. And usually what I do is I go down through the center. I stick my needle right down to the center. And if it's the same color, or even if it's not the same color, I'm going to go down through the center and I'm going to come out the side. I'm going to pierce it out through the side. So I go into the center, pierce it through, and I'm going to pull, but I'm not going to pull real tight because I don't want it to be dimpled on the end. And my decreasing stitches don't look as good as my increasing. It's something I got to practice with rounds. Yarn unders would probably help, and I got to practice yarn unders. Now, if it was a different color that you came up in, I would pull it here. I would go further enough, pull it up here, and pull slightly and cut at the fabric line. Don't cut your piece, and then take something to poke it down so you don't see that opposite color. But if you have the same color, then what you can do, you can cough, excuse me, then you can go 1 stitch over and go under and pull it through like this. And watch this, watch this. So if this actually would work. This size could work. So if you were here earlier and you witnessed, or you heard Supreme, we played the clip of Supreme singing My Name is Potato. And if you're familiar with the Traveling Tatter, there's a potato theme on her stream. Back a few months ago, I sent her a bunch of crocheted potatoes. And this is how I made them. So watch. So I came in, came up, and then 1 stitch over, went down, and then came out. And if I pull that, watch what's happening. It made a dimple there. See, there's a little impression. There's a little divot. So this is how I made the potatoes. Some were bigger, some were smaller. So I'm going to go 1 stitch over, and I'm going to go right about there. So this is where my little dimple will be. And I'm going to pull and do the dimple. So I'm going to pull kind of tight now. So we're here, and we're going to go down, and then where do I want my next dimple? I want my next dimple right there. I don't want a dimple on the end. I mean, you could have a dimple on the end. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to pull slightly, and that's creating a little dimple. And go to the next one, And I want my next one. You can go wherever. I usually just go zigzag back and forth, so they're kind of like a random pattern. There's no rhyme or reason to them. And I'm going to pull, and that made a little dimple there. And we're back to where we started. So let's put another dimple here. And this will be our last one. And I'm going to finish it out here at this end. So I'm going to pull. I'm going to pull a little dimple. And now I'm still pulling this a little snug with these fingers. And I'm going to cut real close. Don't cut your ammy. Cut your tail. And then you can take your yarn needle, if you wanted to, and tuck that in. And it's free floating in there. And we were going to make a hot dog, but sorry, Shep, we made a blue potato. So I didn't know I was going to make a potato, but that's how you make a potato. I just gave a lesson, not a listen. Somebody had asked, why is it blue when the creature is brown? Because this is not the kitsune. we did a little sidetrack about amigurumis and increasing and decreasing. So Supreme had a question, or not really had a question, was commenting about having to rip out the Ami a couple times. So I was just kind of clarifying and giving a little demo on it. And yes, there are potatoes, real potatoes, there are blue ones. The outside does, well, they kind of look blue, but the inside are like a bluish purple. Guess you weren't making that? Yes. Yeah. But now, it could be a rock. You can have a rock with little weird facets to it because they're rocks. So it could be a rock, could be a potato. Don't get rocks in your potatoes because you don't want to bite down on a rock. Yeah, that would not be good. Or you can make a candy corn. You can make, and these are no-sew. These are no-sew. That's what I would recommend. I mean, you don't have to, but if you're a beginner and are a little leery about sewing on body parts, no-sew is the way to go. But sewing on parts are not aren't too difficult to do. I think it's a potato, and Marge Simpson would say, I think, just think they're neat. Yes, they are neat. Again, check out the Traveling Tatter. Now that we mentioned the Tatter, we're going to go and give her a shout out. Another member of the Crafty Collective.
That would be fun. I still need
If you're not following and familiar with the Traveling Tatter, she shuttle tats. She makes lace. It's a form of lace making, and it uses a little tool called a shuttle. Supreme has learned how to shuttle tat. I know a little bit of shuttle tatting. I'm better at the needle. So go and check her out. She is great. She is, instead of a great bean, she is a great potato. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing to call somebody a potato here. It's not like an insult or anything. But that was the potato. All right, back to what I was working on. This is now back to our regularly scheduled program. This is going to be the kitsune. I think that's how you pronounce it. And we don't have any music. I know I turned those off. So hopefully that's not too loud. I don't want to blast everyone's eardrums. But Supreme, hopefully that cleared up any confusion you might have had with doing the rounds. That's the way I do it. The 1, then the 2, and the 3. The then and the and. And I'm on round 6. So I gotta check to see where I am on this. All right. Oh, no problem. No problem at all. Less frogging, yes. And it keeps you on track. Also, one thing I would recommend to. Okay, okay. When you get back, I can tell you the thing I was going to recommend. Probably are already doing, but so Sam, you said you're doing a mushroom. Is it crochet? I think you said something about it crochet, a crocheted mushroom. In this book coming up, there is a crocheted mushroom, an enchanted mushroom. That was 6. Now around 7. 2. 5. 2. 5. 6 and 7. 5. 7. 2. 1. See, I'm saying it to myself. I'm counting. Five, 7. Did you know this song that's playing here? This we are listening to "Angel of the Morning" by Juice Newton. Um, the guy who wrote this song, Chip Taylor, he also wrote "Wild Thing" by the Trogs from back in the '60s. Did you know that? I saw a little video on it about the making of "Wild Thing," and it was kind of like a throwaway song, and it was written real quick as like a demo type thing, and it became a hit. Well, kind of a hit, and it's a really easy song to. I mean, there aren't many words and lyrics to that song, and a lot of people didn't. He didn't take it seriously when he wrote it. I think he wrote it real quick. I think the record company. I think they said that they needed a quick little demo, just something for this band that was coming in or something, and he wrote it up like the day before that he was supposed to go to the record studio, and then they were using it as like a little, like I said, a little demo type thing. And then it wasn't for the band wasn't the Trogs originally, but then eventually the Trogs picked it up and made it into a hit. The more you know. I learned that from YouTube. 7. Okay, so rounds 8 through 15, there are no increases. But yes, he also wrote this song, Angel of the Morning. He's written a lot of songs. Can't think of anything off the top of my head, but those two. And I'm hoping I have enough of this yarn to do this whole kitsune. That's the thing. Um, I don't go out and buy new yarn for all of these all of these projects that come across, either from those